Lottie's what, you may ask? Lottie's shoes? Lottie's bike? Or Lottie's music? We're going to be talking about Lottie's music right now. And also Lottie's
new music.
Lineage, somewhat.
Yeah.
Lottie Malkmus.
Lottie's Stephen Malkmus' daughter.
Lottie is Stephen Malkmus' daughter. Thank you for stealing that next line I was about to say.
Well, you fucking
give me a second
dancing around it, weren't you?
I was leading to Callum, you watch this back and you see that I was prepared very much for that.
I'm not watching this back.
Lottie Malkmus, daughter of Stephen Malkmus from Pavement, the Jicks, solo stuff, Hard Quartet, newer, has released a song called What Have We Got? With a band, I believe. It's very early days. We don't know any information really about the song itself. Is there anything in the credits, Jan, that would it says it's written by Lottie Malkmus and performed by Lottie's. So I'm assuming Lottie's with an apostrophe is the name of the band. I think on her Instagram there is a picture of her with other people that look like musicians that they would be in a band. But what I'm trying to get at is I don't know to what level is this all her stuff or not. I don't know. What I do know is it's all right.
It is all right. I think, Liam, was Yanni being facetious when he said you got in there 0 monthly listeners?
No, I said that.
Oh.
So I wasn't being facetious
was
about myself.
Liam being facetious when he said 0 monthly listeners?
No, well, yesterday or whenever it was when we looked at it, it said 0 monthly listeners. It now says 365.
It does.
So
3 of them are us.
It's obviously still very early days. But I do think this is a promising first single from out of nowhere. Obviously, the reason that I'm aware of it, and therefore we are aware of it, is that she is Steve Malkmus' daughter, you know. But I do think, as I've said multiple times now, this is a pretty good song. There are definitely some... You can hear Stephen Malkmus, particularly sort of like a solo Jicks sort of sound in some of this song, particularly like the verse sort of structure and chords and stuff sound quite like something he would do. Now, we don't know at this point because there's been no press release or whatever. Don't know. Don't put us against the wall on this one. Don't know whether he's had any direct involvement in the music or whether it's, you know, just background passing down of the sounds.
Radiation.
That's the word I'm looking for there. Influence, just like a background influence, I don't know. But there are definitely elements of it that, if you're familiar with Malkmus's work, that sound like something he could do. I'd like to, for now, assume that's not the case, because there is a band here, again, presumably. So it'd be a lot to be like, you know, she's just doing what her dad did. That's all that out of the way. Let's forget about all that for now.
Yeah. Let's talk about the music, the song. No, so yeah, the guitars. I know I'm just going to touch back on it. I'm trying to escape it, but I'm going to go back to the guitar playing in this is very like Malkmus. The sort of single picking guitar lines at points going into the chorus and stuff, which is all fantastic stuff. Love that. Love the tones of everything as well on the guitars, the fuzz out sounds on some of them. It's a good blend of guitars they've got going on. And vocals suit the tune very well. They're quite subdued.
Yeah.
You know, she's not really not giving it her all. You know, there's not much power behind them, but it suits the song to be that way.
Even in the part where it kind of gets a little bit louder and stuff, she still feels like she's holding back a little bit. Not in a negative way. It's very pleasant to listen to. Sure.
Absolutely, Liam. Correct. Well done, Liam. Round of applause for Liam.
Please. Nah. I would love that.
So yeah, I'm excited to see what comes next. Hopefully, it won't be that long until we have to wait for something more. Because I
think
I've listened to this quite a bit. While he's doing that, Cal.
Oh, I have absolutely nothing of value to say. I've enjoyed it. I've listened to it a fair few times. I reckon it'll be something that I'll put on a playlist and might skip, might not. But I will probably never actively go out of my way to put it on. But it is enjoyable. It's just not
Wow.
set in my world a lot, you know.
Okay. I think it's a very I can understand that it might not be the most enticing or exciting thing. It does feel like a pretty good first offering though.
Yeah, without doubt.
Like I feel like the kind of the mixing and stuff on it's very cool. Like the way the different guitars work together and all the instruments work together is very interesting. It's not degular by any means. It's pretty out there. I'm very interested just to see like how, because obviously this conversation is always going to come up with people who are related to other people who are in the business. Is like what's the level of influence there in any way, if there is an influence.
Well, how did you find out about this? Was it because they posted about it on the story?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like if it wasn't for that, we would have had no idea that this song came out. It's not like like a label push or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's just been that they've retweeted it.
They're not.
Or reposted.
She is not signed to a label by the looks of it.
It's quite admirable that it's not released as Lottie Malkmus. That, you know.
Yeah.
Not that she's shying away from the surname. But, you know.
Yeah, it's quite an interesting one because typically this conversation arrives because there is an issue with the instant kind of like signed to a label, big bookings, blah 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 blah. Whereas this very much isn't the case. Obviously, the only reason we know about it is because I follow. I think it was actually posted on Hard Quartet's thing. But like obviously, your dad's gonna share your music, so you can't really kind of fault that.
No, not at all.
And it's not been pushed in any other way because of that. It looks like it's self-released. There's no producer label on the single on Spotify. So that could all be done by the band, and the music holds up. So, I mean, just get to see where it goes from there. It's going to become quite quickly obvious over the next, I presume, 6 months once this has been released, as to the level of success that's achieved in such a period of time, whether or not that seems genuine or not. So I guess there's a conversation we shall have at some point in the future. But
I have information on the band.
Oh, go on.
Okay, so Lottie is the sole songwriter. She played acoustic guitar and did the vocals, obviously. There's a guy called Greg White who played guitar, so probably the electric side of it. A guy called Taylor who did bass, and then a guy called Noah who did drums. It doesn't mention a producer, so it must be all self-produced, I presume. But it was mixed by a guy called Greg White, who was the guitarist. So seems mostly all in-house, which is pretty cool.
Yanni, can you confirm if they look like musicians, as Liam suggests that they do?
They definitely do.
I don't know.
That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant.
Oh, I don't know.
I
can't possibly answer that, I'm afraid.
Well, yeah, it's admirable. There's no crime about people following their parents' footsteps in their career.
I think it's good to have this conversation when this arises, but you've got to have some nuance to it. I mean, might be eating our words in a few months when suddenly she's headlining Coachella. But we might not. You know, maybe it'll be a very normal success with just a bit of benefit of increased monthly listeners because of the direction from Mr.
That's
Malk.
fine.
So like you say, you can't not expect your parents, provided you get on with them, are going to repost your stuff, you know what I mean, and share your stuff.
Yeah.
That'd just be stupid. That's the other side of the coin. Ridiculous.
Go on.
Yeah.
Good luck, Lotties. We're rooting for you.
Yeah. Make some more cool music, please.
Yeah. I've not had enough to talk about Stephen Malkmus, so let's move on to the Offspring.
We're not covering the Offspring though. We're not doing that.
You are, Carl. To be fair, you are pretty fly for a white guy.
Give it to me, baby. Yeah.
I
would like to stop this video now.
If you let me, Carl, I'm trying to round it off here.
Okay.
So shut up, yeah? Like the video, subscribe, ding a bell, leave a comment down below your thoughts on the song, and let
us know who your least favourite Nepo baby is.
Hmm.
And why is it Brooklyn Beckham?
Don't get me started, Colin. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye now.